Yeah.
Alright, go play. Alright guys, well she's over there having a good time at the park. I thought I would do a pack dump. I'm going to show you what I keep in my day hike pack for comfort, cooking. First things first, on the outside of my pack here on the bungee cord, I keep my Thermarest Z-seat and my windscreen for my stove. I keep that just wrapped in a plastic bag. It keeps the soot and stuff off of everything. In this pocket over here, bandana, especially in snotty nose season. Extra pair of wool mitts for the kids. A couple of milk bags we can use for garbage bags, or I can use them, like last weekend, I could put them between my boots and my socks to keep my socks dry. So when I got stuck in that mud puddle last week, my feet could have been nice and warm and dry. I generally just use them for garbage bags. Trowel is missing, but okay, we'll put that back in when we get home. And then that's my rain cover for my pack. Also on the outside, I got a bear bell here. We are not in bear territory, but we are in coyote territory, so nice and noisy. And a whistle in case something goes wrong. A little safety pin for a little gear repair. And that's it. My other side pocket has been ripped to shreds by overuse. That's okay. It still works really great. I can hook our lunch bag on there. Put that strap around there. Alright, and this little admin pocket in here. I have a little Ziploc bag. There's some cough drops in there, and then there's some over-the-counter medication, Advil, Benadryl, and some cold and flu medication. Keep it in a simple Ziploc bag. This is my flashlight, extra lighter, Vaseline lip therapy. I use it actually for my lips, but you can also use it for fire and put on your cheeks to keep the sun off and run out of sunscreen. A bunch of uses. Lubrication for blisters. Got a headlamp in there. That's it. Alright, now into the main pack. The first thing I want anybody to see when they open my pack in an emergency is my first aid kit, so that's on top. It's a little more robust than a simple boo-boo kit that I would carry if I was by myself, and that's because I am very often, most often, hiking with kids. I get to take care of them, and they are definitely accident prone. So, first aid kit. I might do another video showing what's inside of this one. I've done first aid kit video before. Nothing really spectacular or earth-shattering in there, but there are a lot of necessities. This is number one in my pack. Alright, next up, very important hiking with kids, Kleenex. Can use it for runny noses and wiping bums. Extra bandana, 1,001 uses out of these things. Really good to have along. I've got a set of silk liner gloves in here. On a day like today, these are fantastic. It's not really cold enough right now to worry about wearing thick, heavy winter gloves, but my fingers do get a little bit chilly, and these are really helpful. This is a polar fleece buff. It's one of my favorite hats to wear in the winter. Actually, it makes a fantastic neck warmer as well. I had it on my head last weekend, and it was outstanding. Another buff. This one is cotton polyester mix. I think got rayon or something in there. This is my favorite neck warmer most of the time. My leather work gloves. This is sunscreen, SPF 30. It's spring. I've had it in there all winter, and I've used it all winter. Do you know you can get a sunburn even in the winter? You've got to take care of your skin. Sunglasses on your eyes, sunscreen on your cheeks, skin cancers. Alright, next thing here. This is my fire kit. I'll show you what's in there, but basically it's got a Bic lighter, it's got a ferro rod, it's got a flint and steel kit, it's got lifeboat matches in there, and it's got a bunch of natural tinders and also Esbit tabs. Getting a fire in an emergency is going to be really important to stay warm, make water, light, all that kind of stuff. So this is a big kit because I like playing with fire. I'm learning to use flint and steel, and so it's for practice purposes, but that gives me a nice safety net, especially in the winter and the spring when hypothermia is real risk. This is my pantry bag. I have done a video on that last week. I'll put a link down below if you want to see what's in there. It changes a little bit snacks in there are a little bit different than they were last week, but generally it's the same as what I did in the last video. Couple cups for us, for a cup of tea, cup of hot chocolate. My trusty canteen kit. I use this all the time. It is my favorite piece of kit. You can see my fork stuck in there. Got a couple carabiners on there that I can hook this onto a belt. I can hook it on the outside of the pack. I can hang it from a tree, do whatever. Basically, it's extra cordage there that I don't really have to worry about carrying. It's just there all the time. Next thing in here, fishing kit. Did a little video on that before. It's just a hobo kit. There's hooks, line, sinker, some swivels, some spoons. There's a way to make improvised lures in there, and like an extra cork in there, and that's some line. This is my Primus Classic Trail stove. I do a lot of cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do when we're out here. That's in there all the time. In here, I've got fuel. Now, I added this bushcraft Pathfinder school pot a few weeks ago, and I really, really like it. The lid's in here too. But really cool that 2 canisters of fuel for my stove fit right inside of there. So it's a convenient way to carry my fuel, my stove, but it's also another secondary way to boil water in addition to my canteen kit. And there's the lid. Keep that in its own little stuff sack. And then there's a wool washcloth in there for cleaning up after. Alright, next in here, emergency food, backpack and pantry stroganoff beef. I've never tried it before, but it's small, it's compact. I hear good things about it. I'm only going to maybe eat in an emergency. It's too expensive just to try out, so that hangs out in there. This is going to get stuck on here. It's my Remora Companion HD fixed blade knife. Romney's Kendall Mint Cake. It's so good. That is like the inside of an After 8 or a peppermint patty. It's so yummy. Wet wipes, toilet paper. That's a GI poncho. It's ripstop. It doesn't have any cordage attached to it. I could use that for shelter, either for a ground sheet or for overhead cover, or obviously I could wear it as a rain jacket cover for myself. Just can't do all of that at one time. My Baco Laplander saw, as you saw today, trails are a mess. This can help me cut up stuff that might be blocking a trail. Obviously I can process firewood. I could use this to help build a shelter if I needed to in emergency. It's a great little saw. It doesn't weigh very much, doesn't take up much space. So it's earned a place in my pack. Alright, down to the nitty gritty. This is a bag of extra clothes. There is a down puffy jacket in there. There's a fantastic mid-weight layer for me in an emergency. There's a pair of merino wool socks. There is a reflective orange, blaze orange Hunter's thermal hat in there. Oh, that might be it. Oh, and there's a silk sleeping bag liner in there as well that I'm going to use in conjunction with the rest of my shelter stuff in there in an emergency to stay hopefully warmer and drier. So that's the inside of that clothing bag. So I got my puffy jacket down. I don't want to get it wet, but it will be a great mid-layer for me in an emergency. Merino wool socks, orange hat, extra pair of wool mittens for the kids. They could use for their hands or for their feet. And then a synthetic silk, where is it? Synthetic silk sleeping bag liner. I've used this in conjunction with my SOL heat sheets, and it actually kept me pretty warm. It was in the spring. I wouldn't be comfortable in the winter, but I'd be much better off than I would be. We're getting down to the bottom now. So it's an SOL emergency bivvy. It doesn't have a lot of insulation, but it'll reflect heat back. In combination with the silk sleeping bag liner, I'm hoping that will be a half-decent sleeping bag system in an emergency. If I add some more stuff. So this is my little shelter kit in here. I've got a 2-person SOL heat sheets. We've got a couple of pocket hand warmers, chemical warmers, a little more cordage, And then 2 disposable emergency cheapo ponchos. One's yellow and one's orange. I like bright colors on my signaling stuff. So hopefully, if people need to rescue me, they'll be able to see me pretty easily. So we've got a lot of orange here, a little bit of yellow, some blue. What else is in here? Let's see. Oh, that's my possibles kit in there. We'll go through that in just 1 minute, odds and ends. And last but not least, my Tyvek ground sheet. So it's a lot to carry for just a day hike. We use all the cooking stuff all the time. The shelter stuff might be overkill, and the extra clothes might be overkill, but we've had a few incidents lately that remind me of the importance of this stuff. Backpack Girl and I got lost a few weeks ago, and if it was later on in the day, we might have had to stay where we were, build some shelter, hang out overnight till we got rescued. Last week we got stuck in the mud, right? We could have got hypothermia out of that. And then the night after that, Mama got hypothermia, didn't I? Going for a walk in the rain and playing with fire. That was not my intention in that video. I just wanted to go outside and play in the rain and see if I could get fire going in cold rain. Bella asked about my fishing kit, so I'm going to show it to you. This is my little pocket emergency survival. Oh my gosh, that looks like it's a good spot to fish, and I don't have a fishing rod kit. Stuck hemmed in by weather, or got lost and couldn't find our way out in the dark, and then that rainstorm came in. This stuff, I think, would be really, really welcome. Cozy? Yeah, not going to stay on the ground for too long though, okay? Because the ground is cold and it's wet. Before give you a chill.
Like extra sweaters.
Your extra sweaters. Good thing we keep extra warm clothes and extra dry clothes in your backpack, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, excellent. Okay, take your hoodie off, put your sweatshirt on, and put your hoodie back on. Alright guys, last but not least, this is my possibles kit. So, extra cordage, Ranger band. This is a sewing kit. I'm not going to go into all the details of it. I'll do another video on that. I'll put in another video later. But repair kit, lip balm, another lighter, some tinder quick tinder, fire tinder, more cordage, extra heavy duty tinfoil, paracord bracelet, more cordage, duct tape, Fresnel lens, pencil, couple extra Esbit tablets, some zip ties, another buff, and a little emergency headlamp. Okay, and that is it. Right, all packed up, all layered up. It's really cold here. I'm going to do a pack dump on Backpack Girl's pack and maybe make some lunch, but it's too cold, so let's get hiking, okay? Alright, say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget to go check out John, the MI Woodsman's channel.